Welcome, ladies and gents. Hope you're doing well. Friday, office hours. We are crushing the what amenities to add question. This question that was actually well, first of all, let me back up. We got some blackberry lemonade today. Um, Cheers to that. Drop your questions below. Today we're talking about amenities, what to add, what to invest in, what to spend your money on, and which ones to avoid and why. I'm going to go into exact details. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got like 10 Airbnb amenities under $1,000 that you should be investing in, and I'm gonna back it up with the logic on why. So housekeeping. So Fridays, 1 o'clock, we do office hours. This is more of kind of an advanced level Airbnb host investors, like what to do, what not to do. More of like not the beginner stuff. Wednesday is a Q&A that we do every week. More just like beginner base level questions that I see that everybody needs to know. So today, a little bit more advanced topic on what Airbnb amenities to purchase and how much to actually spend on them. There's a couple in here that will actually be like, holy crap, really? That's worth it. So best amenities under $1,000. Now, collectively, if you buy like all of these, there will probably over 1,000 because there are some like mid-level ticket items here, but it is 1,000% worth it. I just recently did a lot of these in my rental. So without further ado, so kind of let me zoom out a little bit. If you guys, I got so many questions on last week's Q&A, or actually it might have been Wednesday's Q&A on the price. No, actually it was last Friday, the pricing stuff with Price Labs, how to set up Price Labs. Go back and watch that video. It's honestly, I would probably say one of the best ones that we have. But anyways, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So this was a question in a Facebook group that I thought was really a great freaking question that I wanted to share with everybody here. So, what are some of the best amenities you have placed in your STR under $1,000? So, this thing had 130 comments. I went through a lot of these and just cherry picked the ones that I thought were the best. So, I did all the hard work for you. And just kind of summarize, man, there's some really, really good ones. I'm going to link this in the replay. If you guys want the actual post, I will put it in our school group. I've got a school group. It's a free course, Airbnb course. If you're just starting out, jump into. I'll put the link in the comments below. But numero uno, and I've ranked these kind of in the best order of like. Let me actually, that's a little bit better. I've ranked these kind of in the best order of what I have seen the biggest ROI and the most asked questions on like the highest demand things here. So hot tub, I have been screaming from the rooftops, add a hot tub to your property. The big ones, like the one that I have at mine, and those are like, 7 to 10 grand, depending on which ones you go with, not including like electrical, the 220 volt, like all the setup stuff. So we have an inflatable hot tub. I probably should have brought the pictures up, but it's like a Coleman or some brand. It was like $700-800. And I thought this thing would pop the first guest. And we have actually had maybe one complaint about it not heating up quick enough, but the $800 worth it. The amount of like revenue, that place probably went from like 80 grand a year to 100 grand a year, just on the fact that we have a hot tub. The backyard is all pimped out, which leads me into point number 2, string lights. This is something that is, you could probably get string lights for $50, $75. Get the plastic glass ones or the plastic bulb ones, not the glass ones, because these things are going to get, they're going to be out in the wind, hitting, trees, like potentially gas. Make sure you get the plastic ones so they do not break, one, and they last a little bit longer. You're not having to deal with like liability or anything like that. Now, if you combine the string lights on top of the hot tub, you get 1.5x the ROI. Number 3, games and game room. So this is also another one that I really, really believe in. I just turned my 2-car garage into a game room. I spent probably 15, 20 grand, but it has probably already made that up in 6 months. It's just the ROI is just there, and not only the ROI, it's like in almost every review that we get, they specifically mention my kids love the game room. Like it's just a way for parents to just entertain their kids for hours and hours and hours, sometimes days. Completely worth it. I like the big like lifestyle Jenga games. We've got like a table out there. We got the Pac-Man as well, like the game cabinets that are just electrical. They're guest proof. Pool, air hockey, things like that. Number 4, murals, peel and stick wallpaper. This is more of like a design kind of physical, like visual element, but murals, like they do wonders. Usually they end up in the first 5 photos, if not like the main hero photo. The peel and stick wallpaper is another very inexpensive way to stand out, right? That's the goal here. We're not breaking the bank on a lot of these. But it's just it's how do you stand out in a sea full of like normal single family homes or apartments that have all 4 walls. Like every house has 4 walls. How do you make those walls look sexy and stand out? So murals, peel and stick wallpaper is kind of the cheap option there, but both of them work very, very well. Get out of here, Graham. Really. Full length mirrors, ladies. This one is for you. If my wife is watching, she was actually the one that told me to add full length mirrors in almost all the rooms, because she specifically, when we're booking Airbnb, she specifically looks for properties that have full length mirrors. I wouldn't say she wouldn't book one if it didn't, if it checked all the other boxes, but it is a very low cost. You can get these on Marketplace for 20, 30 bucks. Very, very low cost amenity to really up your game. Baby stuff. This is not in my expertise wheelhouse, but the pack and play, the cribs, the baby gates, the electrical covers, like a lot of those really cheap amenities. I actually just got a pack and play that I put at my rental. I think it was maybe 50 bucks. I got it on Marketplace because I am super cheap, but I think that one retailed for maybe $100. So pack and play, those like items. I'll give you kind of a pro tip here. Pro tip. I didn't think about this till just now. Integrate with Baby Quip. Baby Quip is a Airbnb, like a rental software to connect guests with people that can like drop off equipment. So for us, as hosts, like we're able to check that box, check pack and play, check crib. There are specific, make sure in Airbnb specifically, there is an option to say like, yes, I have a pack and play, but it is at an additional cost. Make sure you check that box. Otherwise guests will be pissed when they show up and it's not there. So if you have it checked the box. I think we've maybe got one guest that's ever complained. They just didn't read. It says like upgrade, it's a shared pack and play, for example. It's at an additional cost and it's not at the property. I think there's like 2 or 3 check marks when you check that to make sure you have those to check there. So it's not like if you want to kind of be cheap, you can just do that. And then you can send them the Baby Quip link in their pre-check message, or if somebody reaches out asking for those specific items. Number, I don't know, 5 maybe. I think 5 was where we're at. Blackout curtains. This one it's a cheap option, but if you've got, we do a lot of like traveling nurses, work from home people that they need their sleep, right? Comfortable mattresses. I was going to put comfortable mattresses in here. I think that's probably a given. And like the legit ones are probably on the higher end of like that $1,000. But blackout curtains. I mean, this is a $40 to $60 purchase per room. Times that by however many rooms. Bottled water. This is one that full disclosure, we do not do, but we have plans to integrate this with our cleaners, with just adding like 6 bottled waters. Some people like putting it on like the nightstand at the properties, but bottled water is just a cheap way to like I don't know if you've ever, you're stuck in a car for 4 hours. You're driving to your Airbnb. You're about to go on vacation. Like one of the first things that I do is like grab, rehydrate, grab a bottle of water, grab like chips, grab like some type of snack to kind of refuel. I think bottled water is a very, very easy one. Um, Nightstand USBs. This is something, same thing. I just added them to all of my rooms at one of my Airbnbs. So nightstand USB chargers. So people forget their chargers. What the worst thing that happens that I've seen is like a guest goes to plug their phone in. They're drained from traveling all day, and then there's no charger anywhere close, or you have to like unplug the lamp to charge it, or it's like jimmied behind the bed that you got to like scoot out the bed, and then you're fishing for it. It's a whole thing. So make it easy on the guests. Just put like little. We've actually attached the little USB chargers to the side of the bed. Like we did a little 2 double-sided tape, put the chargers on the side of the bed. So that way, whenever they like get in the bed, that's the first thing you see. Like, oh, that's just a nice touch. This is something that I don't think any guest has ever like specifically mentioned in a review, but I know it helps. It helps me as a traveler, and I know it helps our guest. Once again, a very $30-$40 purchase per bedroom, but it goes a long way. Jason, all right, let's see if this whole thing. I've placed wireless chargers next to the bed several times, and they eventually get stolen. Oh, that's interesting. I've put tags on the cords to ID them as part of the property, and still got stolen. Huh? Actually, have never had one of those stolen. Or we've specifically like taped them onto the bed or onto like the nightstand if it's a little further away. Maybe do like double-sided tape. Some of the other ones have like, actually I've got one here under my computer that like you can put them on screws. So like having 2 little screws and then like kind of latching them on. Maybe like actually physically attaching them might be a good way to avoid this. You could also do like putting this in your check for your cleaners. Like, okay, making sure towels, amenities, things like that are checked, making sure these little like cords are not stolen. I think that's probably an extreme version, but I don't think you've ever had to replace any of those. So that's interesting that you've had this multiple times. So try double-sided tape, and then try maybe even like screwing them on to the nightstand or to the bed themselves. That's interesting. All right. The last and final one, once again, if you have questions or follow-ups on any of these, I might go through this list here shortly if there's anything I may have missed. Extra Roku remotes. I think this is a really, really smart one. So I'm a huge fan of Roku. Do not get Amazon Fire Stick. They are terrible. They don't last. The security on them is a nightmare. Get Roku. 1000% is the best TV technology out there. I could do a whole nother video on that. If you want a whole nother video on why I like Roku versus the other ones, let me know. But the Rokus, if you get this specific, there's a RFID Roku to where you can essentially take this is the Roku remote. You can take the Roku to one TV, and even if the other one, if the batteries are dead or whatever, is lost or it's stuck in the couch or whatever, or it grew legs, like you can take bedroom 1 Roku to bedroom 2 and like turn on the Roku. Another kind of pro tip here is the Roku app. So you can connect, you can do all the Roku stuff from your phone, but how it works is the TV needs to be on and on the same network as your phone on the same network. But once both of those are on, so you can like manually turn the TV on. Ideal, not a scenario, but like if a guest messaging at 11 o'clock, like we can't send somebody out for that. You're just kind of talking them through the troubleshooting at that night. Your team is. So turning the Roku manually on with the TV, and then also on the phone, download the Roku app, and then you should be able to sync those up. Might take a little technical expertise, but that has saved us multiple times. We usually just have like, additional 1 Roku in the living room, and just label on the back like bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, living rooms, things like that. So that has saved us plenty of time. So let's kind of go through here. Professional photos. Yep. This is a good one. Beach towels. So if you're near the beach, we don't have any. Well, we don't have any full service beach properties. Beach towels, Roku sticks. Yep. Pack and play. Bedside all-in-one chargers. Flashlights for beach walking. That's interesting. I didn't really think about. That is a good one. Dog bowls and kennels. Now being a dog owner, I see the value in that one. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Bikes. Yep. Could be a pricey one, but solid. Games. Yep. Really like that. Additional bed pillows. That is a very good one. Hair ties, cotton swabs, Q-tips. We don't do that, but I could see the value there. Blackout curtains. Got that one. Oh, flashlight again. Stash of batteries. This is actually a really good one. We put at least like 4-6 batteries under the kitchen sink. So when things die, remotes, door locks, stash of batteries. That's a really good one. Hot tub. Yep, got it. String lights. Yes, agreed. Games, fire pit, hammocks. All right, I like the hammock idea. Baby equipment, 2 pack and plays. That's something I never really thought of. Cash, people love it. Leave 500 right on the table for them. Jason, yes, great idea here. Poop bags for dog friendly properties, lanterns for remote mountain properties. Yes, 1000%. Those are great amenities there. Yep, bottled water, USB chargers, bucket golf. I don't even know what bucket golf is. You could you could get wild and freaking crazy, and you could spend a fortune here. But it's all about the ROI from my perspective. Toothbrushes, tampons, floss. Yep, those are all good ones. Yep, all right, extra Roku remotes. Some kitchen stuff, extra wine openers. Yeah, these things just get lost. These things just walk out all the time. Waffle bars. We don't do that, but that's interesting. Yeah, this is a great point. These don't directly move the needle, but they improve the guest experience, which indirectly moves the needle, right? You've got the guest experience and you've got reviews, right? So if you nail the guest experience, even if they don't specifically ask, like in the review, for example, Matt, appreciate you watching, but they will, chances are, if it's like a borderline 4-star versus 5-star and you have these things and you nail it, they will chances to get you more 5 stars, which in turn makes you more money. Honestly, the way they're refunding for any little thing not working, what do you do? Stop being so specific. Place a list when they get there. EV charger. I think this might be more than $1,000, but I have seen that be a big one. We actually added this to a property in downtown Plaza Midwood in Charlotte, and a lot of people have said that well. Hot tub, more bedrooms, secluded. A couple things that are a little harder to change. Beach towel again. Boot warmers for mountain properties. Also, something that I would have never thought of. Jason, seems like you're in mountain properties there. Do you offer boot warmers? We added the Partycade wall arcades. Partycade wall arcades. What is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, like the little game cabinet. Yeah, these things are super cheap. This one, I don't know about this one specifically. I like the one where you've got like actually you got Galaga. This one might be okay. It's a little small, but something like this stand-up arcades, these are going to be a little bit more expensive. Yeah, these are a couple grand, but you can get these secondhand pretty easily. So something like in between those would be valuable. Jason, no, I do not. What But if I was in Colorado, yeah. All right. What personally worked? Over delivery experience that are always expecting. I leave extra toilet paper. Yep. Extra amenities, several rolls of paper towels. Man, this is one thing that we went back and forth on. We leave like, I think it's 3 rolls of bathroom or something, but we have a ton of long-term stays. Like our average length of stay is like maybe 12 nights. It's almost 2 weeks on average that people are staying with us. We had to put in our blurb of like, hey, we only provide um, starter supplies. So like we say 3 to 4 days worth of all these things, and then anything after that is up to you to replenish. I don't know if anybody else is. First of all, I don't know if anybody else has that length of stay that we get with our market and our strategy, but yeah, it's something that I never really thought of. Like, if I'm staying somewhere for 2 months, I'm not expecting them to, you know, get me groceries and whatnot. Bottled water, love that. Tray of snacks, mentioned that earlier. May have no groceries. Yeah, that's a really good point. Basket of toiletries, gaming consoles, fully stocked coffee bar. Yep, basket of variety. Yeah, you could go wild and crazy here. Robes, I do like that one. I'm a big robe guy. Books for adults, complimentary propane bottles for barbecue. I like that. We also have a card on file at the local hardware store. What? That's wild. Get it filled for free. This limits need for having someone else come and do it. For this specific one, we've had this issue a decent amount. The propane tank just run out. We'll typically just be like, hey, go to the store. If you don't want to wait on our team to do it, you can go to the store now. Just send us the receipt. We'll refund you for it. Things happen. Like it's things happen. EV charging, owner supply items such as leaving garbage bags, baby items. We had mentioned that. Game room. Yeah, I mean, game room. If you do the entire game room, the games itself would be less. Let's see what this hot tub, jacuzzi, spa, cowboy pool. Yeah, games as well. People are looking for experiences. Like that's what people are booking properties for. Desk. This is, I mean, the past 4 years since COVID, this has been a big one. Separate from the common area. That is a very, very valid point, Robin. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah. So like if you have a desk in like a living room, it's not really work from home space. Just put it in a bedroom. Put it in the primary. Allowing pets, food bowls, water, or furniture covers, crate. Yeah, this is all good. I think Jason, you had mentioned the poop bags, poop scooper, pots and pans. Yeah, I mean this is man. You can go. This one is very detailed. Social media wall. Yep, just did that. Luxury bathroom, popcorn machine. Oh, I hate popcorn machines. I like the thought of them, but executing and managing that is just a freaking nightmare. They never clean it. They never know. Like there's oils everywhere. It's a sticky madness. Our area manager hates these. Golf carts. That is a big one. Definitely not under $1,000, but also adds like liability. Make sure your insurance is covering that. Some kind of concierge services, transportation to and from the airport, bounce houses, bikes, ice skates. Jeez, my brain is spinning of just like managing all these. Sound machine. That's a pretty good one. Pretty cheap one. Need to actually, I'm going to add that one. That's a really good one. So if you're watching on the replay, you can just get all the summary of my favorite ones. Maybe I'll do like a little Amazon link for all this. Shuffleboard, EV, fire pit, sauna. Love that one. Yep. String lights. Love it, Scott. Hammocks, espresso bar. I do like some espresso bar. All right, cool. I think that is enough detail. You could go above and beyond all this, but I at least wanted to summarize what we've seen to be the highest ROI. If you have any additional follow-up questions, shoot me a message on Instagram. The handle's right there. Thank you guys for watching.